It's all coming out now. We got some breaking news, people. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button on your way in. You know how the saying goes, what's done in the dark gonna come to the light. What's popping, everybody? Hope everybody is having a good day. We gotta chop it up, people. We gotta chop it up. Listen, Donald Trump and Epstein, they just got accused of rape. Well, let's word it this way. There's new shocking revelations that has been exposed from these newly released files. And on those files, there's a victim that is claiming that Trump, alongside of Epstein, raped her. Now, hold on for a moment, because this is crazy, right? We all know that these files are heavily redacted, but something happened, though. Something amazing happened. See, they underestimate the people. Oh, man. Y'all not going to guess how this news broke. Now, TMZ had already got a hold of it. TMZ is breaking the news. It is going to go viral. It is going to go viral. Now, a young lady, a content creator, did something amazing. She used her MacBook and found a way to actually see what the redacted words was. Yep. She did something where she highlighted the spaces, and actually some of them. She was able to do this with some of them. And she ran it through some software. And because the FBI did not properly remove the actual literature, she was able to revamp the words. Goodness, you can't make that up. And she posted this on Instagram. It picked up numbers because she showed exactly how she did it. And that's a W. Yo, shout out to that lady. Because now TMZ got a hold of it. Other outlets are getting a hold of it. And Trump is in trouble. He's in big trouble. He's in big trouble. Because now there's proof that he has redacted material with his name in it, directly associate him with foul criminal behavior. Oh, he has yet to comment. I really want to be the first person to react to when he does comment on this situation. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi is out in my house right now. I don't know what happened. They're sending a technician out tomorrow. And, you know, it happens that way sometimes. Because there's a lot going on in the news right now that I could be covering. But you know what? I come right off the cuff with this one. Because this is easy work. What's done in the dark, coming to the light. What's done in the dark is coming to the light. Look, these devils cannot hide forever. Now, some of you all seen that last BS press conference that Trump held, where it was a controlled question about what do you think about Bill Clinton being mentioned in the files. And Trump gave you this nonsense answer about, I don't want anybody names. I didn't want anybody's pictures being released. You know, I just want to protect everybody. I didn't want nobody's pictures being released. Ain't that what our president said? He ain't want no pictures being released. Well, if there's people guilty, you should want everything released. But something else happened. Something else happened. Bill Clinton, his team, they said, "Oh no, you're not gonna make it seem like, I'm the only one out here getting freaky." Because all we seen Bill Clinton with was, it looked like just women, honestly. It looked like it, but we don't know. Because some of the faces that were redacted, we couldn't tell by the photo. But Bill Clinton's team jumped out and said, "Oh no, y'all gonna release all them files. Y'all finna release all of those. We need all those released. No, don't worry about that. We want," Bill Clinton and his team said, "No, we want full transparency. Y'all think y'all just gonna throw this on Bill Clinton?" See, they was thinking like, "Oh, well, he already got a demo on him for getting fellatio in the Oval Office. This is not gonna hurt Bill. People already look at Bill as a super freak out here in these streets." So, everybody already knew that about Bill Clinton. So they released these files with Bill Clinton and 90% of them. Bill like, "Oh, hell no." Bill Clinton like, "Look, I was just out there dealing with the ladies. I was just having a good time with the ladies. But I wasn't graping nobody." No, we can't forget in the Epstein email, Epstein himself said Trump was the worst person. Said he was soulless. This was in the emails. We ignored that. No. People ignored Donald Trump being mentioned in the emails for blowing Bubba. And he gets on this press conference, his last press conference, talking about, I don't want to see none of those guys in the pictures. Bill Clinton, him and I always got along. Me and Bill always been cool. Come to find out, T. Diddy is in these files getting accused of rape. And here's the icing on the cake. Here's what adds insult to injury. Hear me out, people. The same person allegedly who accusing him and Epstein of rape, that's the same lady who allegedly self-deleted. I think that was about last year when all these Supreme Court rulings started coming out. This is the individual who self-deleted. Wow. Remarkable how the truth is coming to the light. It's about to get wild. This Christmas season, this Christmas holiday is about to get wild. It's already then got wild. You just had all these celebrities just drop like flies. There was another NASCAR driver that just died. They were speeding with their Ferrari. Their Ferrari went up in flames. He calling back. We already got the appointment. Listen, yeah, Virginia Goffrey. Somebody said I'm lagging because they trying to stop the truth. So y'all make sure y'all get the likes up. Because everything that I've been speaking over here have been 100% truth, and it's been nothing but consistency. We ain't switching up on this side. So we got Donald Trump being really implicated this time. I mean, he's going to have to address the nation. And I don't have my Wi-Fi right now because y'all know I want to do a live reaction because he's going to have to address the nation tonight. He's going to have to address the nation. I'm going to find a way where I can react to it. I'm going to have to go to another location, whatever I got to do to react to his live. He's got to address the nation. There's no way he can be quiet about this. There is no way Trump going to be quiet about this. I smell an impeachment coming. JD Vance is probably going to be in the office by the end of the midterms, y'all. I mean, I can use my hotspot, but I'll be streaming from the actual phone. Or we'll try the hotspot, but I'm telling you, it's out now. That impeachment is coming. I'm telling you, something is about to change. Get y'all's popcorn ready. It is about to be a media firestorm. It is about to be a media firestorm. I'm telling y'all right now. TMZ is all over the case. All of the outlets, I think ABC and CNN just picked it up. Fox News is going to pick it up too. I mean, anybody from MAGA, as soon as they release those files and you seen 50, hundreds of black blocks in pages, you should have known something was missing, something was being hidden. Now imagine all the millions of dollars that the government just spent in trying to get rid of these files, trying to heavily redact them, having people going over the files and redact them. They didn't even use the right template to hide. They didn't even use the right template to hide the information. And there's creators who are figuring out how to read the files. It started off with one lady's Instagram post. Now TMZ bringing it up. The Most High's judging. They can't hide. No matter how hard they try, they can't hide from judgment. It's coming to the light. Trump did not want this stuff to go this far. No, the woman was a Caucasian lady. Somebody said, was she FBA? No, it was a Caucasian lady. But shout out to her because she was like, guys, I got it. She came on that Instagram video. She was like, guys, I got it. She did her little 1-2 thing. She showed everybody how to do it. And them redacted files became public files. At that moment where that became public, and she only was able to do that with a couple portions. But the moment imagine how much fornication, dirt, and filth is up in there. When she was able to get one portion, it's already somebody accusing Trump and Epstein of gang raping her. Can you imagine that? Do you know how much filth got this man's name in it all throughout them files? It should be evident what's going on. Get the likes up, man. As soon as they see me building momentum, they knocking people out. Y'all know how they do? No, they need to reward the consistency over here because we've been on the case. We've been on the case. Yep, let me see. Psalms 9 and 17. The wicked shall be burned into hell and the nations forgot. Right. Yeah. Epstein right now, he's in hell fire where he belongs, where he deserves to be. Because Epstein was a piece of worthless piece of that was out here violating the jits. And him and Trump was ace boon coons. Straight up. Straight up. And the news is spinning it. They say, we got new revelations. No, if it wasn't for that content creator, we need to give her props. Once I get my Wi-Fi back up, I'm going to react to the video she put out because that's the first place I seen it. And I was like, no. I was like, this can't be real. Next thing you know, TMZ picked it up. Then the news picked it up. And they just put it out as we got new revelations. No, that lady hacked it. She hacked the redactions. She hacked the redactions. Man, that's crazy work. Somebody says exactly. It went from 160 to 150 right before my eyes. Yeah, that's what they do. Somebody said Nicki Minaj is going through a humiliation ritual. No, Nicki Minaj is a sellout, and I say that loosely because she's already sold out a long time ago. She came packaged, sold out. Nicki Minaj, she's like a sock puppet with these white supremacists hand up her rear end. Just they got their hands all up her BBL. Just and then you had JD Vance. He get on there and disrespect. He got on that Turning Point America Fest and disrespected Jasmine Crockett, talking about her street persona as fake as her nails. When you got Nicki Minaj on your stage with a fake ass, fake nails, fake everything, fake accent, fake everything, just to show you how they really feel. They'll use you as a token, but they don't even respect your culture. They use you as a token, but they really will turn on you at a drop of a dime. And Nicki Minaj is willing to be used like that. I'm telling you, it's a circus. It's a circus. And that might end up being our next president. This damn JD Vance might be in there before the midterms is up, based on what we seeing out of these files being released. I'm telling you. Somebody said, hey, yo, Nicki mentioned Trump in her Black Barbie song, Island Girl. Trump wants me to go home. Well, Trump and everybody else, all of the white supremacists, then already probably flipped that bed winch. I'm pretty sure that bed winch then been flipped all out through Turning Point. That's the price of her green card. You got a millionaire fighting for a green card, willing to do whatever she got to do for it. People like Nicki Minaj disgust me. But I'm going to tell y'all like this. It's all coming out. It's all coming out now. Oh, the world can see. The layers is getting pulled back. There's no defending Donald Trump at this point. Let's look at what happened. The Department of Justice, along with the Senate, they put out a decree, which means there was rules and regulations on the table that there actually was an act. It was a transparency act. It was a full transparency act. So when you get pages and pages and pages of black letters and black blocks, that's not full transparency. So now what we gonna have here is you got all these federal judges coming together, lawyers coming together, investigators, journalists, and the DOJ got to convene again to figure out what we gonna do. You just can't give the people that. And now that is more information out that's linking Trump to an alleged grape, it is over. It is over. Babylon finna fall like a ton of bricks. And so now what you're going to have is Trump going to try to speed us into this Venezuela war. We already at war with Venezuela, technically, but he going to get more aggressive with it. See, we can already chart out his next move. He finna get very aggressive with this now. Somebody said it's over for MAGA, man. It been over for MAGA. It been over for MAGA. Anybody sitting there still representing MAGA, still defending Donald Trump, you're inferior. You just have some screws loose. You don't have all your chromosomes. You got some spiritual deficiencies. And look, somebody say he gonna throw us a stimmy and then go start a war. Right. People wondering why he's giving that veteran, what is he calling, the warrior dividends, which the Senate is the ones who came up with that particular grant for the military. Trump just gave it a name and took the credit for it. But what that warrior dividend is really about is equivalent to surf and turf. In the military, once they start giving them lobsters, they go into the barracks and they got steaks and they got this elaborate spread. That means you about to go to war. That's a bribe right there. Now let's treat our military good. Y'all never treat the military good. The veterans in your country are sitting here without medical care. But all of a sudden you want to give a warrior dividends? Yeah, that's because they about to turn them into cannon fodder. Yeah, here's your last paycheck. Get your ass on the front line. That's what's going on right now. Yeah. And then on top of that, to add insult to injury, there's a domestic war going on. There's a domestic war going on. Civil war. You think, listen, we're not ready to go to war with no Venezuela. These people fight guerrilla warfare. These people in a different terrain. Americans are used to sending drones and all of that. They not on the ground combat like that. We lost the Vietnam War. We lost the Iraq War, all because of guerrilla warfare. We didn't win none of these wars. Stop letting these people gas your head up like America just out here punishing everything. No. Why don't you try telling that to the mothers who lost their sons overseas? Or the mothers that's dealing with sons who got post-traumatic stress syndrome and all kind of mental illness and still can't get a paycheck. I told you one of the first things Trump was going to do when we got in office. I said, look, don't be surprised if he bring us to war. And now he doing these press conferences shaking like booty meat because he know he about to be exposed. So he ready. Look, he in that damn office right now with his diaper on, just letting loose, looking at that red button right now. Right now while I'm live, Trump doing a stanky leg, looking at that red button right now while I'm live. He like, damn, this Nubreed Global Truth dude keep getting hundreds and thousands of views talking about me. Like, who is this guy? Shut his Wi-Fi down. Matter of fact, let me hit AT&T up. We got to do something about Nubreed's Wi-Fi. Shut his Wi-Fi down because it's going to be a big news day. It's going to be a lot on the news today. Somebody take Nubreed's internet. Keeps calling out all my lies. Look, let me tell y'all something. Everything that's done in the dark gonna come to the light. Last year was the year of exposure. This year gonna be more like a year of renewal. It's gonna be like those who are getting exposed, right going into 2026. Then there's the renewal phase for those who on the right side. And even if you got some dirt, you got some skeletons, you done made some mistakes in your past, and the Most High had grace on you, then now it's a time where you gotta get it right. You gotta get it right this year. You can't do the same thing you did last year, even though we know that the real New Year's in the springtime. But we know that a lot of people be observing January 1st. But you just can't be doing the same thing you was doing last year coming into this new dispensation. Cause now exactly it's time for vindication now. It's time to put away that idol worship because a lot of these Trump people, they're idol worshipers. That's exactly what they are. Everybody who's a part of the MAGA cult, idol worshipers. And when you see people who look like us align themselves with MAGA, you already know the only reason they align themselves with MAGA is because they got some underlying issue with foundational Black Americans. That's the real problem. And they put money over everything and everybody. And they believe if they align themselves with white supremacy, then they can get a little more money in their pocket. They can get a paycheck. Not understanding that after these damn Idumean warlord warmongers are done with you, they're gonna toss you to the side, and your people not gonna want nothing to do with you when they done with you. You ain't even gonna have a community to come back to. Once them people are done with you, they're gonna cannibalize you. They're gonna do the same thing to Nicki Minaj that they did to Amber Rose. We don't hear nothing about Amber Rose no more. And they use her for their political play. Better stop trusting these pagans. They're gonna do you something dirty. So for those who just joining, in case you wondering, there's been some breaking news. What's done in the dark is coming to the light. So apparently, Donald Trump, alongside of Epstein, got accused of gang grape a young lady. The same lady who allegedly self-deleted last year. She is in the files, in the papers, and the way it came out is amazing. Like, I know the Most High is ready to judge these people. He's ready to judge these people because it took a content creator to hack the redactions. She used her laptop to figure out what was underneath the black bars. She highlighted the words and she did something. She ran it through some software, got the exact wording, and then they was like, hey, because they didn't use the right template to hide the redactions. Well, all the millions of dollars that's spent, they were unable to do it appropriately. So this is the first phase right here. They can't hide no more. So what I'm hoping that happens next, which I believe it will in the near future, is we're going to see exactly who in them files. And it's a lot of celebrities. Oh, man. You think we heard half of the names that was in it? Nope. No. It's a lot of Democrats, a lot of Republicans, a lot of everybody, a lot of public officials. And you know, once all of this comes out, America is going to change dramatically. Imagine the entire country learning that it has been ran by a cabal, a satanic cabal that has been doing the unthinkable behind closed doors. Imagine finding out that all the public officials in your country within the last few decades have been barbarically preying on the weak and innocent. And they have been practicing thelema, rituals, sacrifices, all of that gets caught 8K crystal clear, and it's for the whole world to see. What is that going to do to America? Let me see what y'all think it'll do. That they're trying to bump people out. Now, don't let them do it like that. All the weirdos and freaks is going to get exposed, put on blast. It's going to cause a civil war. That's what it's going to do. It's going to cause public outrage, a civil war. Um, it's gonna really draw a line in the sand. The line in the sand is getting drawn, and you're gonna figure out who's overtly satanic, wicked, and evil, and who's on the side of righteousness. You're gonna be able to see it clear as day. They are not gonna be able to hide. They ain't gonna be able to hide. There's going to be a lot of people stepping down from their position in these conglomerates. There's going to be a lot of people swan diving off of these damn Hollywood balconies. There's going to be a lot of swan diving going on off of Hollywood balconies. Why? Because what them scriptures say. They do evil upon their beds at night. And it all has to come out. Everything in the dark is coming to the light, man. That's why, we as believers, man, we got to make sure we living right. We got to make sure we making the proper adjustments and changes in our lives. And we got to make sure we on point. Yeah, somebody said WW3. Somebody said it. Soon we gonna see how they all look without the filter. I'm telling you, get the likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get the likes up. Man, look. One thing that we definitely got to learn from all of this is that there's nothing hidden that will not be uncovered. Nothing. And no matter how the world powers position themselves, no matter how they insulate themselves with their money, no matter how many constituents and peers that they have, they cannot hide when the Most High wants to expose something. There will be no stone left unturned. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. And what we're seeing right now is a microcosm of things to come. Because we the people have been lied to about a lot. Practically everything. And now they're losing the information war. They're losing their youth. And I'm talking about these heathens and Gentiles. They're losing. And shout out to the righteous Gentiles, but I'm talking about the ones who believe they're in control. See, Turning Point USA is not really winning the souls of the youth like they believe it is, or like people think they are. Even though they got all these finances, because they're not grassroots, because they don't have the ability to reach nobody grassroots. They got to have all these billionaires donate, and they got to just push and shove Turning Point USA. There's not a grassroots movement. Meanwhile, their children are really looking for raw, unadulterated truth. They're looking for truth. See, there's coming a time in America where their children are going to say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. They're looking for authenticity. It don't matter how many modern day Klan rallies these individuals have. It don't matter how much they push these festival days and they try to use somebody like Nicki Minaj. It's not going to work. Matter of fact, them even using Nicki Minaj is desperate. How you going to be a proud white supremacist that go and get pink pink weave wearing eyelash fingernail Nicki Minaj. You don't look like you're in control. It looks like you're desperate. You just as desperate as the damn Democrats. These proud old boys, these American firsters, are that desperate that they went and got dusty ass Nicki Minaj to try to win over the youth. They're scrambling. The house of cards is falling. The hypocrisy is showing. Look, let me break this down to you. The next step for the Trump administration has to be impeachment. Let me see. Somebody says Turning Point USA should have used Sabrina Carpenter and Sydney Sweeney, but they desperate. Yeah, they should have went and got their, their own people who really represent America. 20 years ago they had Kid Rock or something. It'd have been Kid Rock performing. It would have it would have been somebody else. Go get Taylor Swift or somebody. But they needed a token, just like the Democrats need a token. Democrats ain't no better. They had Meg Thee Stallion out there twerking for votes. Kamala Harris had a damn abortion van in front of the DOJ. Like, they ain't no better. So don't get it twisted. The whole system got to crumble. Even Bill Clinton over there, like, look, bring them all out. I'm not the only one that was getting a wet willy. Bring them all out. I know Bill Clinton team was wilding when they seen the files get released. I know Bill Clinton was like, oh, hell no. I know when them files got released and all you see was Bill in the hot tub, Bill with this joint, Bill with that joint, Bill over here, Bill got the robe on, Bill next to Epstein. I'm like, damn. Now, Bill Clinton said, I'm tired of living anyway. Go ahead and release all the files. If I'm going down, all yous is going down. Now, respectfully, I'm talking about their freak stuff they got going on. Now, don't get it twisted. There was the violation of the innocent too, but that's another story. So some people be like, Bree, you being a little salacious here. No, look, I'm just telling you what was going on in Bill's mind, man. Because Donald J. Trump, aka T. Diddy, aka Bubbalicious, he definitely was out there blowing everybody. You listen, they remove all those black lines. You just gonna find out. Shout out to Long Beach Griffey, because Long Beach Griffey did a skit on IG where he was like, it was just funny, man. But you removed them blocks and you found out, and Trump then blew everybody on the damn island. And I know it's crazy. We laughing at that because you got this Trump running around overcompensating all the time, and he looked like he's a big flamingo. Big old flamingo. Somebody said they thought those freaky Roman parties wasn't happening in modern times. Exactly, man. The Romans made up the orgy. What are we talking about? You know what Alexander the Greek was out here doing? Alexander the Greek kept a trail of little boys with him. This is what these sodomites, weirdos, and freaks That's what they do. And Epstein, you see him, there is some photos of him with all kind of jits. These people are nasty. All of them swapping each other bodily fluids, all of them spreading herpes and every disease known to man. That's what's happening over there. And you throw some suits on these people and put them in public positions like they some type of authority figures. I don't know about y'all, man, but I don't respect it. I just got to keep it 1,000 with y'all. I am not bending for this wicked demonic system. I'm going to speak the truth, bro. I don't care what they talking about. They tried to sabotage my perception. They tried to turn me against my people. They didn't turn our communities against each other. Nah, Babylon created this problem. They created this problem. Tried to keep me locked in your matrix. Nah, you pissed me off. That's how we should feel as believe. Nah, you made the mistake of trying to destroy God's chosen people. Nah, you shouldn't have did that. Now we gonna talk our talk. I don't respect the authority of this system. I don't respect, and what I mean by that, I don't respect what they've done. Of course, I'm not out here trying to do anything physically to anybody. But I'm glad that what's done in the dark coming to the light. And I hope, hellfire and brimstone come to anybody trying to defend these devils, anybody trying to protect wickedness. If you notice the pattern, everybody who stand with MAGA, they have a history of protecting wickedness. Nicki Minaj, protecting who? Her brother and the dude she was dealing with. That's who they go and recruit. People who will protect the PDFs. People who will protect the traffickers. People who on the low get down like that. Nah, it don't take me much to see when the lines are drawn. It don't take me much to see who is who. Nah. They don't want to, listen, I'm telling you, MAGA don't want to see this stuff come out. They don't want to see this stuff come out. And I don't rock with no Nick Fuentes, but Nick Fuentes said something real. I don't rock with that little, racist, white supremacist dude. I don't rock with him, but he said that MAGA is going to be remembered for the biggest scam in history. He said MAGA is going to be remembered for the biggest scam movement that's ever been started. And I do agree that that will happen. It will be remembered for what it is. Trump act like he was against, men should be men and boys should be boys and girls should be girls. And he said all that. Little do we know, Trump was out here walking and whistling. Little did we know, Trump was out here making his toupee clap at the damn Epstein Island. Little did we know, every time he did the YMCA dance, he was giving signals. Little did we know, he named the big beautiful bill after his damn secret lover. Little did we know he was mad at Hillary Clinton, not because she was up in the polls a couple times. She was mad at Hillary because she was on Bill's poll. You can't make this up. Only in America. Only in America. Only in America, y'all. You can't make this stuff up. But not only was he into that type of felonious behavior, now it's coming out that he may have been involved in a gang rape of a young lady, a victim that disappeared. Well, allegedly self-deleted. Somebody said Obama is LGBT too. Probably is. Not even probably. Not even probably. But yeah, they listen. Let me make this clear. Just so we're very transparent with this. We don't care who's on those files. Democrat, Republican, independent, non-political, anybody who is out there violating the innocent, anybody who is out there not dealing with even grown folks in a consent, meaning anybody dealt with anybody without consent, anybody who dealt with anybody underaged, anybody who is out there involved with these transactions. We want them to be punished by the highest extent of the law. So that I'm clear. That's where we stand. That's where we stand. We don't care about the politics. None of them have a comprehensive plan for us. We don't care. We know that the sooner your nation crumbles and falls, the sooner we got next. That's our mentality. That's our mentality. Yeah, somebody said Trump is a devil. He definitely is a devil. Definitely. And this is not the first time Trump got accused of rape. Those people don't do their research on cat. Not only did Trump get accused, Trump settled out of court. Remember the lady that worked at the, I don't know if it was a clothing store. You know, the lady that Trump settled out of court with. The lady he paid off. And they actually found his semen on her clothes. What are we talking about? This is stuff that you can look up. Common knowledge. Yeah, we got our president in Home Alone looking at Macaulay Culkin's butt. And y'all don't see that we live in a sick country. Our president was out here in wrestling Vince McMahon. What are we talking about? I'm just gonna say I'm gonna say what they ain't saying, because they cowards. They too coward to say what I'm saying. Trying to fit in and get along with MAGA and white supremacy. A lot of you Negroes, you bootlicking, raccoon sellout Negroes should be ashamed of yourselves. And there's a special place in hell for a sellout, a coward. You can't be next to Christ. You can't be claiming you with Christ and you a coward and a damn sellout. Christ ain't rocking with you. The disciples, the prophets, the patriarchs ain't rocking with you. They was bold. They wasn't no cowards running around screaming fake Christianity, you Christian nationalists. No, they was really about that. No coward's going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. What are you talking about? Somebody said, where the heck is Elon? He said, I'm going to take a back seat. Well, Elon was one of the first people that told you Trump was on the files. Y'all remember when they was beefing? Y'all remember when Trump and Elon was beefing and Trump made a tweet? Trump is on the files. And then they had to go make up and come back together. Oh, Elon was one of the first people to tell you. Elon ain't on the files because Elon was too busy. Around that time, Elon was too busy making love to robots and AI and sex dolls and shit. He ain't on the files. Elon was too busy building damn Neuralinks and trying to figure out how he can crack portals and change time. You know, Elon was laying up. You know, I don't think jits is Elon's thing. He more so like to make love to robots and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, then Elon pops up with a black eye. Oh, now they trying to freeze my chat. Nah. Yeah, he was out here stealing inventions. Elon was stealing inventions, having alien sex and stuff. Yeah. But he know who on them files though. Somebody says, who black-eyed Elon? I don't know. Probably, I don't know. Probably Trump's security. Somebody said the devil is using his puppets to destroy humanity. Right. But they can't destroy us all. Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. Somebody said, don't buy them cars. It's a death trap. I agree. Somebody said Elon working with the demigods. Yes, he is. Metal says, Nubreed, did you see when Trump labeled the Washington Post as a national security threat? Oh, yeah. Look, Trump right now, you're going to see a lot of capitulating, a lot of nervous energy. He may be going live, not live, but yeah, he may be addressing the nation tonight. You're going to see him try to condemn every news outlet. It's all fake news. It's all this. It's all that. No, he can't stop what's coming because what's done in the dark coming to the light. Somebody still 103 in the chat messing with the numbers. Actually, it's 700 people in here, but in reality, it's more like 7,000 people in here. That's what they're not showing you. It says 700, but it's really like 7,000 people watching. They don't want y'all to know my real impact. But everywhere I go, I meet somebody who know who I am, so I know they're lying. Every time I step out in public, I meet somebody who know my platform. Even when I'm in different states. Let me see. Somebody said there's a stench coming from Elon's supercomputers in Memphis. Yep. Somebody said you have complexes. That's why you incite people instead of talking too much. We have to pray for grace for ourselves, our children. Big judgment. You have complexes. That's why you what? Let me read that again. That's why you incite people. Incite people to do what? What have I incited people to do other than watch out for these damn human traffickers, repent, live a lifestyle that seeks repentance, and stay out of trouble? Don't come in here trying to claim that I'm inciting people to do anything. Only thing I do is react to the news. Don't try to play those caring games with me. Because ain't none of us going for that. Incite people to do what? I ain't incite nobody to do nothing. I'm inciting you to think. Simple as that. Yeah, nobody block them, just time them out. Yeah, just exposing darkness is not exciting anybody to do anything. Somebody says, that person tripping, stop being confused. Right. It's time to start getting your prep game up and practice that Second Amendment. I agree. I agree. Because it's going to get real up in America. It's going to get real. I mean, of course, if you surround yourself by the right people, you got a better chance of getting through this this chaos that's coming. You got a better chance of getting through this chaos. But see, a lot of people, they don't want to draw that line in the sand. You got to draw that line in the sand and figure out who you're going to be around, who you're not going to be around. Because desperate times calls for desperate measures. I don't want to be around people who ain't right in their head. And y'all know right now that the movement, the F the streets movement is going on. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. The F the streets movement going on. We're gonna talk about that because the rappers are trying to come together and start this new movement. And I got a lot I want to share about that. Cause I done been there and I done all of that stuff. And I got some real motivation I want to give towards, all you brothers and sisters out there. Because to keep it quite frank with you, it ain't nothing out there but a bunch of people pretending that they F with you, but they really don't. And they want to see you destroyed. And you got to be at a point in time in your life where you just ready to go it alone if you have to. If your relationships that you in are not benefiting you and bringing you any peace, solitude, or growth, you bet your bottom dollar they just some damn well-wishing, envying, hollering snakes that's plotting on your damn downfall. It's too late in the game to be around a bunch of people who in secret competition and jealousy and hate towards you. That's real talk. It ain't nothing in them streets but that. People can call you mean. People can call you standoffish. People can call you what you want. I call you wise. I call you intelligent. Because ain't a damn thing out here. That's why I stay to myself. I don't be up in every crowd. I don't be mixed in with everybody. The less people I keep around me, the better. Cause I know how I can go, and I ain't in the mood to be dealing with more betrayal and these sneaky devils thinking they gonna set something up on me. I ain't got time for it. And then out here in this world, people will love you, hate you, and love you again. And a lot of people who rock with you 1 minute, the next minute they not. And they ain't even gotta have reasons. It could be personal reasons. And in the moment they think they deserve what you got, they're gonna do everything in their power to get it. And that typically means taking you out. I'm telling you. But what's done in the dark will come to the light. It's getting kind of dark out here right now. I thought this light would give off more light. Let me see. Let me position it a little bit. Got to bring a whole studio light out this joint. Y'all get the likes up. Let's get the likes matching the views. And I know it's people coming in, people going out. Look, the news is breaking. Trump and Epstein got accused of rape. It was released in the files. There's so much more coming. Y'all got to understand, not even a portion, not even half of the photos, not even a fraction, not 25% of all the email photos have even came out. Not to mention the files that have been heavily redacted, more than likely, they're going to have to come back to the table because Trump broke the law. And how long we think he's going to continue to get away with breaking the damn law? Yeah, the YouTube is playing with the numbers. Y'all got to keep getting the likes up. Y'all got to. Anytime you join my stream, you already know it's going to be thought-provoking. You already know I'm going to bring that fire. But y'all got to, come through and show that support so it can push through the algorithm. Somebody says, it's weird on this chat because no one has yet to put the correct name of the Most High in his son. Well, we're not going to argue about the name. We're not going to argue about the Most High's name. We calling him the Most High for a reason because we're talking about the Most High God. Let me see. Somebody says, yeah, yeah, they said something that was supposed to be redacted was released accidentally. No, that's what we've been talking about. It did okay. So here's the amazing story behind it. I'm gonna tell it one more time. So it was redacted. And what ended up happening is a content creator, I can't remember her name right now. She's on Instagram. Nice white lady. She she found out a way to use some software that I think it's exclusive on all the MacBooks. When you don't redact the transcript the right way, when you use the wrong, so you can use the wrong it's called something, man. I'm not a computer whiz, so forgive me, y'all. But I don't think they use the right template to redact portions of the files. So what the lady did was she ran it through her little MacBook. She copied and pasted and did something. And the first thing she got up was a woman saying that Donald Trump and Epstein raped her. It's the lady who self-deleted last year, said that Epstein and Trump raped her straight up. And look, that's the first thing. It was only a piece. She randomly found a piece. She randomly found a piece that you can highlight and do it. And then TMZ picked it up. TMZ picked that one up. Yeah, somebody said they only highlighted it black, not a true redaction. Right, exactly. That's what happened. It wasn't a true redaction. They just highlighted it. Imagine this, all the millions of dollars that was spent trying to hide, trying to redact it. They didn't even do it right. And the first thing the lady brought out was Trump and Epstein allegedly raping somebody. That's the Most High. Then TMZ picked it up. Now the news is picking it up. Now Trump is going to have to say, he's going to have to respond. Or he's just going to have to get impeached. He's going to have to step down. I don't think Trump has long in office. I really don't. I believe that their time is running out. JD Vance will probably be the next president real soon. That's why I named this stream what I named it. Yeah, TMZ does equal Talmuz, but they picked it up. They picked it up. I was surprised they picked it up too. Tristan says, I don't think Trump will say anything. Well, he probably, you might be right, Tristan. But I believe that he's going to have to, because there's going to be so many people covering it. Somebody says it was meant to be redacted incorrectly. God is in control. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Somebody said man plans, but the Almighty is the best planner. That's right. That's right. Let me see. Nikki says that dream this morning about this death was symbolic. Yup. Somebody said it. You can't scream fake news now. You can't say that's fake news. You should see how pathetic some of these maggots are, man, trying to protect Trump. Like, why? Why would you want to die on that hill? When everything this man has done thus far since this entire situation points to being guilty. Yeah, it was Virginia Robert Goffrey. And I'm sorry, I'm not saying her name. Virginia Goffrey. The lady who self-deleted, that's the first thing that was released. And if your pride is that high where you continue to defend MAGA, you defend Trump, you defend Turning Point USA, you defend Erica Kirk, you defend the whole white power structure, you have to be a reprobate. Because ain't enough pride in the world. That's right, real 80s. I don't believe she self-deleted either. Because this self-deletion happened right when, exactly when those those Supreme Court rulings start happening. Soon as them Supreme Court rulings start happening, she had to go. She had to go, man. I'm telling you, these people be doing hits, allegedly. But ain't no way. Because guess what? She would end up taking a stand. Virginia Giuffre was going to take the stand, y'all. She was already in hiding. They went as far as they put out a fake AI video that went viral of her saying that Trump was innocent. Trump didn't do nothing. He wasn't the problem. It was only Ghislaine Maxwell. It was only Ghislaine Maxwell and it sounded scripted. It sounded scripted. They put out a fake AI video like 2 months ago. That's how fearful these people are. Because they didn't know, and they made it seem like Virginia left like a video diary. That's what they did. They put out an AI video acting like Virginia left a video diary out, and she was like basically abstaining Trump. That's how nervous these people are, because they didn't know whether or not she left something that can be found. Man, I think the Most High is working for Virginia Giuffre. I think the Most High said, look, this lady's story is going to get told. She'll be the first one. Yep, Virginia Roberts Giuffre is the woman that made these statements in the Epstein files, and I believe they took her out, they deleted her, and God still is bringing justice not only for her but for the rest of the women and children that was involved in that horrible situation, that horrendous situation. And this is shaking the world up right now. Oh yeah, yeah. And also says, Bree, did you hear about the Call of Duty co-creator? Vin Zampella died in a car crash. Yes, that's who died in a Ferrari. So there was two more deaths. There was another NASCAR driver, and then the co-creator of Call of Duty, he died in his Ferrari. The Ferrari blew up, man. And I believe they cut his brakes. I believe it was another blood sacrifice. Imagine the country about to go into war, and then the Call of Duty, the Call of Duty co-creator gets offed. They telling us right in our faces. I'm telling you, man, it's been nothing but consistency coming from over here. I done told y'all months ago. I told y'all 2 months ago. By show of ones, you heard me say there's going to be a lot of celebrity deaths. There's going to be a lot of rituals, a lot of blood sacrifices. I told y'all when it was going to start, and now it's happening. Nothing but consistency. And they're dying. I mean, these celebrities are dropping left and right. Every day there's a new one gone. Every single day there's a new celebrity dying. Dropping like flies. You got it right. Dropping like flies. And that's a lot of ones. That's a lot of witnesses that have watched my material, and I said this was going to happen before it happened. A lot of witnesses. Somebody said it was like Paul Walker's car, right? Somebody said Nubreed. How many? I can't keep up with the deaths you called. Big facts. Yeah, you had Rob Reiner and his wife. You had Peter Green, the guy that played in Pulp Fiction and The Mask. You had the NASCAR driver who died. His whole family died in a plane crash. I can't remember his name right now. I think it was Biffle. His last name was Biffle. He died, his wife, and his two daughters. And then, man, you had another NASCAR driver, I believe, that died. And then and there's a host of others that they're not really getting the mainstream attention like that. Somebody said Luke Spencer from General Hospital, Anthony Geary. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's another one too that I'm thinking about that they really didn't cover like that, man. It was an actor that played in something, bro. He played in a lot of dark type of horror type of stuff, man. I can't remember his name right now. Oh, the actor from The Wire. That's who I'm thinking about. I can't think of his name right now, but he played in The Wire, but he also be in horror movies. The dude that played in The Wire, he died too. Yep. Yep. What is the guy from The Wire's name? I can't remember his name, but I know his face. I'm telling you, this been happening the whole month. Somebody says Anthony Burden was exposed. Somebody said we got to get Trump out. Yeah, he was in the movie Sinister, the dude that we talking about. Yeah, you going too far back. Malcolm Jamal Warner was last year. James Ransom was his name. James Ransom was his name. The guy that played in The Wire who died. James Ransom. That's it. And they say he played in It Chapter 2 as well. Yeah, he played in a couple horror movies, and that's why I remember him. Yep, James Ransom died. I'm telling you, man. Left and right. Yep. That ain't just coincidence, all these celebrities just dropping dead like that. Somebody said it. One Man Army says, bruh, you called it. Our president needs to be impeached for his sick ways because people should have already understood to keep from being president after raping other women. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm curious, what is Dirty MAGA gonna say about this? What are they gonna say? What can you say? And what all of the telltale signs went over everybody's head. When he was talking about hooking up with his own daughter Ivanka, that went over your head. Like what is wrong with you people? Those weird pictures he had with his daughter, that didn't strike you as, man, something's wrong with this dude. You said to yourself, all you MAGA folks said to yourself, this is the guy I'm gonna idolize. This is the guy you're gonna call commander in chief. This the guy that when asked about the files, he called a reporter. He told the reporter, quiet piggy. He been running around carrying himself like a big ass man child for the last 11 months. And you on some, that's my president face ass. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Idolatry is a hell of a drug. You're going to choose to go put a MAGA hat on and represent this trash. And think there ain't no consequences. Like, there's no soul consequences for that. That you align yourself with white supremacy. Like, there's no consequence for it. There's some people that got to do some repenting. Because as you can see with Nicki Minaj, you seen it with Snoop Dogg. Yeah, Nicki Minaj calling that pig handsome. You seen it with Nicki. You seen it with Snoop. People will do whatever for the loot. People will do whatever for the loot because they really don't have real faith in the Most High. They can't really rely on their talents. You think Nicki Minaj was going to put out a fire album and all that? Hell no. She washed up. She's auntie right now. So what do they rely on when they know they can't rely on their talents and their gifts? Glazing white supremacists. Yep, somebody said when Snoop literally wrote a song about Trump. Yeah, Snoop called everybody raccoons. Why would you do this and do that? But as soon as that paycheck came, he was performing for him. That's why we hashtag not for sale. We hashtag not for sale. One Man Army said, let's just see how many of these content creators say and justify anything for Maggie. Now that everything is fell out, watch them try to turn around on people who called it out. Right. See, this is the thing. One Man Army, this is the thing. Anybody who look like us, who really align themselves with MAGA, honestly, it's just a grift. It's just a grift. They'll find a grift, then they'll find another grift. That's just all it is. It's just a grift. It's either that, they believe they can benefit from it, so they're grifting. It's a grift. People put out material online all the time that they don't believe in. They're just doing it because it gets attention. It gets the views, it gets the likes, it gets the hits, it gets the subscribers, so they will go on with the grift. That's what Nicki Minaj is doing. Nicki Minaj is claiming Christianity and ain't never done anything, never displayed any Christian faith whatsoever. Because that's what's in. Fake Christians, these white Christian nationalists, a lot of fake Christians. That's part of the grift. Yep. Somebody says they big grifters for real, yo. Content stand out more than they content. Your content stand out more than their content over the board. Yeah, I mean, because, this is authenticity. We're very much consistent about the message, even when it receives backlash. Y'all see me doing all these dirty MAGA streams, and y'all see all of the dirty MAGAs. We invented the word dirty MAGA, by the way. But you see these people come in, they talk, they trash, they hate. We still stand bold and keep speaking the truth. When I started speaking this truth about Trump, I didn't have no supporters behind that. People was trying to flag my channel and get me shut down, and it was all kind of hate mail, and then guess what? I still stood 10 toes down on the message and kept it going. Yeah. That's right, real 80s. They always been down with PDFs and incest. It's part of their culture. That's why the tether, Nicki Minaj, is standing by Donald Trump. It's in their culture. All these tethers are about hiding pederasty and incest and all these nasty things. They nasty tethers who grift. Because that's what's going on in they failed countries. And then they want to come over here and just talk about black Americans all day. They want to come over here and be obsessed with us and what we doing and what we talking about and how we moving. And talk about what we ain't built over here when they ain't built nothing in the failed country they came from. A bunch of grifting tethers who are weirdos and freaks. Energy change. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate it. A bunch of nasty, wicked, perverted tethers. And Nicki Minaj is one of the same. How she gonna be representing a conservative? How is Nicki Minaj gonna be an ambassador for the Trump administration dealing with persecution in Nigeria, Christian persecution in Nigeria? How? She got Minaj in her name. Her damn name is Minaj. Try explaining to your 5 and 6 year old daughters what a Minaj is. How is that possible? Real 80 says MAGA has always been supportive of PDFs. Incest too. It's in their culture. Hills have eyes. Exactly. It's in their culture. But they want to exploit. They want to try to exploit black degeneracy. But they ain't got nothing to say about the damn ringleaders. They ain't got nothing to say about the Romans who are doing the biggest, most horrendous, wicked acts in the world. But they want to focus on Ray Ray and Marquise down the street. But they ain't got nothing to say about MAGA. They ain't got nothing to say about these white supremacists. They ain't got nothing to say about all these PDFs that's out here graping people. But it's easy to beat up on foundational black Americans. It's easy to beat up on black folks. The people who've been disenfranchised, the people who've been held in captivity. It's easy to beat up on those people. It's easy for you to go dumpster diving for material to talk about these people. But when when Trump get put on blast, when the powers that be and the real animals come out, oh, I'm tired of hearing about that. Why are we talking about that? Why are we talking about the files? You niggas is going to hell. You niggas is going to hell, bro. You tether niggas is going to hell, bro. That's on everything. You're some cowards. That's on everything. Y'all are the epitome of cowardice. The epitome of it. You're vile. And this go to whomever this may concern. Any tether out there that's calling themselves Black MAGA, trying to align themselves up with white supremacy. You're a coward. I have no love for you at all. You're a coward. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. There's something wrong with these people. You put Nicki Minaj out there who earned her stripes. She earned her following off of black people. And now she's showing you her true colors because the tether always show their true colors. Somebody said, should we want the files released? Absolutely. That's what we talking about right now. Absolutely, we should want them released. Somebody says, nah, chill. I'm feeling a little convicted right now, bro. I'm finna leave. Hey, don't leave. Just change. Just change. Because that's what happens. Everybody want to exploit black degeneracy, but they never highlight white degeneracy. I want to exploit that. Yeah. No. Y'all try to look. No, these people try to corrupt my perception of reality. These people murdered my Messiah. No, I'm not going like that. No, these people, listen, these people tried to disturb my influence. These people tried to take away my abilities, my ability to rise, my ability to be great. You think I'm gonna just take that laying down? No, we're not doing that. Thank you for the support. Says I'm a black South African. I enjoy your content. I appreciate it, brother. No, they tried to listen. These people took everything from my community, and they want me to be happy with the crumbs and pennies they gave me. When they when they living high off the hog off of my influence. We've been exploited all our lives. You think we just gonna keep getting exploited, or we gonna start delineating and start calling out these individuals who actually are exploiting us? Yeah, now the news even switching their tune up. They call Nicki Minaj a Trinidadian. Now specifically, they're separating who's who. Somebody go rob a liquor store and it was one of them Somalians. They're not just saying a black guy. They're not just saying it was a black guy that robbed it. If it was a Somalian, it was a Somalian. Yeah, a bunch of damn weirdos and freaks. Hashtag these weirdos and freaks. Because that's what they are. Anybody who rocking with magos, anybody who's standing with these folks is, they listen, they sick in the damn head. They sick in the damn head. Straight up. Yeah, somebody said it. We call it how we see it. Somebody said last days, nations, last days, nation against nation. Yep. Somebody said we have no, hold on. Oh, that was redacted or retracted. Let me see. Failure to Fighter says, I stand with you, Breed. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Generica says, call him out. Oh, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And for those just joining, because I know it's people coming in and out, if you just joining the broadcast, I want you to keep in mind that, well, not keep in mind, let me just remind y'all that everything in the dark coming to the light. It's all coming to the light. What we just witnessed was a miracle. We just witnessed a miracle. And this current administration is under fire. We're not going to let the heat up off of them. We're going to keep our foot on the gas with these people. We're not letting the tethers off the hook. Nicki Minaj is not off the hook. Any other tether out here that's trying to protect dirty MAGA, we're not letting them off the hook either. Got her out there at Turning Point USA. America Fest. That's right. Ephesians 5:11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. It's definitely showtime. We got breaking news. Trump and Epstein got accused of gang rape by Virginia Giuffre. It's in the files. They've been released. It's making its runs right now. The same files that Trump was ordered to release with full transparency, there has been a leak. Which goes to show no matter how much wicked people try to hide their wickedness, is going to come out. Now, I'm going to say this too. Sometimes the Most High will hide the mistakes and sins of the righteous because he knows that y'all was destined to turn it around. Listen, everybody in life done something they're not proud of. But why did the Most High hide some of y'all secrets? Hide some of the things you did because you repented. But these people are unrepentant. These people are animals. These people are reprobated. Some of you all, the Most High protected you from some of y'all's business getting out there because he knew y'all was going to turn it around, and he saved you. He seen your heart. He knew that certain things would destroy you. And the Most High made sure you were straight. That's how you know you belong to him. Because you didn't take his kindness for weakness. You didn't take his grace as a key to continue in sin. But these devils, oh no, they unrepentant. No, they out here doing whatever. As long as they got the power in place to hide, behind their money. Let me see, Malachi 3:7. Even from the days of your fathers, you are gone away from my ordinances. I have not kept them. Return unto me, and I will return unto you, saith the Lord of hosts. That's right. And that's what it is all about. This is what our message always been about, turning to the Creator, repenting for your sins, changing the trajectory of your life. growing, seeing the potential in yourself that the Most High see in you. Get away from people who gonna leave you stagnant. That's what our message always been. Yeah, them devils don't take no accountability for anything. Make no mistake about that. But it's all gonna come out. When it come out, bet your bottom dollar there's gonna be some chairs moving in Babylon. Yep, somebody said it. They don't have the spirit of repentance in them. They really don't. They believe they could just do whatever and get away with it. But anyway, peace and blessings to everybody joining. Everybody, do me a favor, get the likes up. Let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about this breaking news, man. Of course, I got more material coming. You know what I'm saying? I got some things I got to chop it up with y'all about. And hopefully this broadcast enlightened you. And y'all stay tuned. It's much more coming out that we're going to be talking about. With that being said, shalom, peace.